What's good, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well. It's just a check-in. Actually, I haven't been live in a couple days. I think 2 days. This would have been the third day had I not jumped on just now. But yeah, as you can see, rest in peace to my big bro Sabor, Madman Mercado. And it's actually, this is how long. This is from 217. This picture. And I actually, that's how long I had this shirt. But I really, I don't know. I got sentimental value. I mean, sentimental attachment to this shirt for a few different reasons. But yeah, that's Madman Mercado Sabor. Is very a good friend of mine. He passed away. Rahim Allah. Yeah, I miss him a lot, and I pray that Allah blesses him wherever he is. I mean. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I could, but I'm not. But yeah, I don't know. Hey, Miss Liz. Thanks, Miss Liz. I appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, it seemed like I ain't been on here in so long. It seemed like just a couple of you missed 2 days, and it seemed like you've been away for weeks or a month or something. How you doing though? I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I just came in on a humbug. I just came in. I took a little walk, did a little walk, and came back in. I said, you know what? I might as well go on and jump on live. I ain't been on in a couple days. Now, yeah, but I'm good though. I can't complain. I'm trying to find. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know. This year kind of this year I don't know. It seemed like right after New Year's things got just slowed down. Like I don't know. Like I just didn't feel like it. I really just did not feel like doing nothing. You know. But yeah, my energy is a little low right now. You know what I mean? Sometimes it take a little bit of time to regulate. Yeah, my energy just low. Yeah, this shit crazy. Yeah, but you know, that's life. Life does that. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna catch back up. And then sometimes, you know, in the process of figuring out, you know, what you're gonna do in your next chapter. That's good. That's good. Yeah, you know, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the process of creating like different things, new and different things. So like, you know what I mean? And yeah, it takes a little bit of work, and it definitely, you know, when your mind changes about a lot of different things, and you got to readjust what you're doing. Sometimes, you know, you don't got the energy to put into something. Like going live every day, twice a day, and all that. Miss Kwana, thanks for the heart, me. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, so yeah, no, I just yeah. So how you doing, Miss Kwana? Yeah, I kind of like. I don't know. I kind of had to force my way on today. You know, I appreciate you. I do. I definitely. Thanks for those 2026s. Yeah, it's good. It's good to see you. I appreciate you. I do. I truly do. Cause you know, like in life, you know, yeah, I ain't been on in a couple days. I just been tired, really. You know, cause I kind of been formulating something. You know, I've been formulating something new that I'm ready to get into. Hey, Rich Auntie. Welcome in. Thanks for that heart, man. I appreciate that. And I don't know. I really, truthfully, just being truthful, I've been tired. Oh yeah, how was your trip, Rich Auntie? Yeah. I don't know. Like my energy just been super low. super low. I'm not even. I'm not even like sick. I'm not sick. I'm not in no pain. I'm not sick or nothing. My energy is just low. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed your trip. Yeah, but my energy just been like super. You know, like just super low. And I'm trying to figure out, like, is it because? I mean, it could be any number of things. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, like a change in my diet. I need to change my diet. I do need to back away from like drinking so much coffee, because I think when I drink coffee, that's the only time when I really get that sugar, and that sugar is not really good for me. But a couple different things. I've been tweaking my diet. The last few days, I just been eating vegetables and soup. I made some eating soup and vegetables and fruit. Like I ain't really been eating no. I haven't eaten no meat, and I really, since I've been in Colombia, I don't eat a lot of bread, so just fruit and vegetables for real, and water. But I was thinking maybe that's one of the reasons why my energy level is so low. But I'm gonna just play around with it for another couple more days. You know what I mean? And try to get back on schedule with my TikToking. But other than that, I'm doing good. I really just got on just to check in, say hi, you know what I mean? Plus, I'm probably coming back. I'm probably coming back in probably 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks, I'll be back in the States. You know what I mean? Probably be in the States for about a month. Yeah, about a month, maybe a month and a half. Until my next, because I gotta come do some things for my next trip. But I gotta come back home first. But other than that, that's the only thing. Thanks for the likes too, y'all. We almost up to 1K. I see y'all. I appreciate it. Yeah, but you know, a day in the life, just another day in the life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I'm about tired of Colombia. I'm ready to move on. Yeah, ready to come on. I'm really homesick. I ain't gonna lie. I really miss home. I mean, even though I'm getting my diet together while I'm still here. Thanks, Miss Liz. Thanks, Miss Liz. I appreciate that. You know, I'm getting my diet together, but I really I've been homesick for food, but the food, cause I don't eat like, maybe that's why I'm tired, cause I don't really eat like that, cause I ain't gonna lie, I don't like the food. I don't be wanting to say it, I really don't like the food. Simple as that. So, but the food is good for you though, and I think that the food is definitely more better for you here than it is in the States. It just is. Even, yeah, everything about it. The portions. Yeah, the food is healthier here, but, you know. And I shouldn't say I don't like the food, but I haven't really eaten a lot of the food. You know what I'm saying? Besides some basic things, just basic stuff. Basic chicken and rice, basic, you know, some basic stuff. But, yeah, maybe this week but I don't want to eat no meat, so because I'm really trying to get all my stuff down. My blood pressure ain't really high, but I just don't want to play with it. You know what I mean? When I start feeling a certain way, or even if I start feeling like tired, like I've been tired, I will definitely refrain from eating a certain way. I definitely will back up off meat, bread, everything. Because really in the States, you know, when you're getting sick, really a lot of the sicknesses, it comes from eating that processed food and all that kind of crap. So you definitely gotta be aware of that. You know what I mean? But yeah, all is well. I broke these my prescription glasses. I haven't even worn these on my other ones. I see better, but see, the thing is with prescriptions, you can't be up on it like that. You gotta be at a certain distance. And the readers, I don't know, I like wearing the readers, but they say the readers mess your eyes up more. But yeah, I gotta get me some more readers. The 2 pair of readers I had, I broke both of them. But in these, I don't know. And these are my real glad, you know, they prescriptions. I got 2 pair of prescriptions. But you know, thanks for the likes, Mr. We almost up. I don't know. It ain't moving. We got I don't know why it's doing that. It's saying 700. I got 717. 717 likes. But on this one it say 841 on my backup. That's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. That's just me. Thanks, Miss Liz. I appreciate you. Yeah, let me see something. 630. Why not? Make sure y'all make friends with the pinned account. The Menace, welcome in, The Menace. I see. Welcome in, The Menace. I appreciate you. Yeah, what we doing? We 8 and 4. The Menace. Oh, this Dennis the Menace. Okay. What's up, champ? Yeah, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in. You gotta friend me up, man. We ain't friends on here. We friends on my other page. Let me see something. I just friended you up, champ. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, they living their life, man. They doing, you know, they just living regular life, man. They ain't in the gym. They need to be in the gym, but hey, you know how I go. You know what I'm saying? Guys go in and out of the gym, and you know, we're staying disciplined with boxing is a difficult thing. So like, really, what you doing right now, what you and your father doing is a great thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just great because it's very, very difficult to hold on through all of the errors in life. You know, especially like when you developing fighters from when they small kids, it's difficult. It just is, because a lot of, you know, guys go through, you know, all kind of stuff in life. Start messing with girls, get lazy, whatever, like all that kind of stuff. So, and my kids wasn't no different. You know what I'm saying? They you know, they be back. You know what I'm saying? But you know, stuff be difficult. Rich Auntie, welcome back. Make sure you make friends with that pinned account. The Menace. He's an excellent young fighter out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Yeah, he definitely comes from a great family too. He's a good fighter, and he comes from a great family. Him and his pops, they some real good people. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all link up. I don't know why this thing ain't moving. My lights ain't moving. I don't know why this phone always do this, man. Some weird crap. Hey, you remember Sabor? Do you remember Sabor? You remember Sabor right there on the picture? Rahimullah. Yeah, that was my man. You know, you probably know that he passed away. Yeah, he passed away about. Sabor passed away about that. It might have been about 4 years, maybe 4 years. No, 4 or 5 years, maybe, because I think he passed in. I think he might have passed away in like 21, 22, something like that. Like, yeah, 21, 22, something like that. Yeah. Time flies. Time definitely fly. You know? Yeah. Glamour Girl. Welcome in, Glamour Girl. Drop a comment so I can get you on the pin. Yeah, but hey, friend, good to see you. I appreciate you for what you know earlier and what you said. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, it's good to see you. Thanks for that heart, me too. Make sure y'all make friends with Glamour Girl on the pin, y'all. She goes live every day, and she creates, her content is on beauty. Well, she's a Glamour Girl, but basically she's a published model and she's a published makeup artist. And her content is on beauty, art, fashion, dance, and music. Thanks for the teddy bear necklace. I I appreciate it. I saw you went on. I was asleep earlier when you, but I saw the message that you sent me a message at like around 4 o'clock. Yeah. Nah, right before he turned pro, he started having some problems and stuff like that, and didn't and didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, we've been talking about it. You know what I mean? Hopefully this year will be his year. He'll go ahead and turn pro, cause he need to. Nah, you welcome. You welcome. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm definitely we gonna work on that this year. That's another reason why I want to come back. I gotta put together a couple things, at home, get that rolling. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, get him rolling this year. What you just fought, didn't you? I thought you just fought. Or maybe that time be flying. That might have been a couple months ago. Yeah. Okay. I thought I saw something, because I ain't gonna lie, I'll be like reposting your stuff, like your Pops be like, when he posts stuff, I always try to repost it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Definitely, you know what I mean? You just keep doing, just stay focused in on what you're doing, man. Keep listening to your father. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a good father, and and I used to try to tell my kids about, because a lot of times guys don't look at it like, you really, like, when you got a father or uncle or older brother or grandfather, something like that in the game of boxing, that's really like, especially if he's a good person and he's good at boxing, like teaching boxing or whatever. That's your ace of spade. You know what I mean? That's like that's your ace of spade in your back pocket. You really need to, because in the game, like, people don't care about you. A lot of different things, man. In the 7th for what? February? Yeah, but like, it's good that, stick close to your pops. Believe me when I tell you. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Glamour Girl. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna put you back up, Dennis. Yeah. Thanks for those 2026s. I appreciate it. Yo. We almost there. We almost got the goal, kind of like, sort of. I appreciate that. Yeah, but no, a lot of good. I would just always advise, like, guys, to just really, like, stick close to your peoples, especially in the sport of boxing. Boxing is like the streets. You know what I mean? You know that. You're young, but you've been in boxing all your life, so you know what time it is. But boxing is definitely the streets, and it's good to have. It's just good to have people backing you up in the right way. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a parent, or a family member that's involved with it with you, and they good, you gotta stick with them. You gotta stick with them. Thanks, Glamour Girl. I see you. I appreciate that. Rasheen, what's good, Rasheen? Make sure you drop a comment, Rasheen. Good to see you, man. Seems like I ain't seen you in a while. I thought you took a break before me, Rasheen. Yeah, I appreciate that. Glamour Girl, I appreciate you. I do. Make sure y'all make friends with Rasheen Irby, y'all. Yeah. No, ain't nothing up, man. I'm probably coming back soon. I've been tired, really. I've been tired this last few days, man. You know what I mean? But I'm good though. I'm just really just checking in. I'm gonna get back on schedule with these lives and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I just been tired. Hey, listen, we locked in, Glamour Girl. We just gotta, stick to it. A lot of things, success in life don't come overnight. And sometimes, you just be tired. Like, I'll be tired. You know what I'm saying? I just be tired. Like, sometimes I don't. And then, if I don't have nothing to talk about, if you tired and you ain't got nothing to talk about, you know what I mean? I don't want to turn into like one of them people that just like, I don't, because I'm not a trend follower. Like, I don't follow trends. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the truth be told, like I try to set trends, and that's not an ego thing. I'm just saying, like, I always look at certain things. I don't want to get to the point where it's like, you know what I mean? If I don't have nothing to talk about it, then I'm not gonna talk. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, so with that, on top of being tired, it's kind of hard to like. Sometimes it's just hard to get on and just be like, you know what I mean? But you know, everything, even though like, no matter what you believe in, the ritual of thanks, Miss Lady T, I see you. I try to. You know, I just try to, you know what I mean? But it's a certain amount of, with the New Year's ritual, it affects us in different ways, you know what I mean? It's just a lot. So, you know, like, I know that a lot of us is changed in the last few days, especially based on, you know, the so-called New Year's. And you know, and I don't celebrate, I'm still in Colombia, Sheen. Likewise, Miss Lady T, I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate you. See, you seen me. I was on your live. I think I came with that was this morning, wasn't it, Miss Lady T? Yeah, I think I came on your live this morning. Well, or this afternoon or something. Thanks for the shares too. Yeah, it was this morning. You what? Yeah, it was this morning or this yeah. It was today. Yeah, but I'm good. This is the first time I went on. I ain't go on in a couple of days for real. But I've been tired. You know what I mean? I just been tired. So I thought I ain't do it on purpose. I just didn't go on. But I wanted to go on today because, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I'm in a new place. What I'm about to say? Yeah, but I'm ready. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm ready to get up out of here for real. I'm ready to come back home. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you know, like, you gotta. Yeah. I've been here for almost a week. Yeah, I'm gonna come back home for about a month because I gotta do something with one of my kids. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, cause yeah, I'm resting. I'm really just resting. I ain't doing nothing. I went out and took a walk, moved around a little bit. I go, you know, I'm just really just living. I'm not really doing too much. But there's a lot of stuff going on, you know, like with, you know what I mean, stuff going on, you know, with you know what I mean, with the stuff going on in, you know, the Venezuela stuff and all that. Yeah, I'm ready to go back. Yeah, it does. Tomorrow I'm gonna get me something real good to eat because I've been eating. I don't know. I'm gonna go out and get me something real good to eat. I ain't gonna eat no meat though. I'm gonna just get me some some type of all vegetable type hookup. Or I might make me something. I'll probably make some more soup tomorrow. But I know I saw. Yeah, I saw. Cause what I do. I'm gonna put you up next. Miss Glamour Girl. Yeah, but you know what? But you know, it's a lot of Venezuelan people here. Cause I was wondering the other day. It was funny cause I don't know. You just don't never know what certain stuff. You know what I mean? Then like, you know what I mean? When you over here, people be looking at you crazy and stuff. Sometimes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Cause this dude, I went to. Matter of fact, this is the last day I ate some chicken. I went to this spot, and the dude that was working in there, he was Venezuelan. And he was like, yeah, I'm Venezuelan. You know, he started saying he played baseball. I said, oh, okay, I'm from the United States. You know what I mean? And then, you know, they were some young guys. Yeah, they were some young guys, but they, you know, and I was just thinking in my mind, like, okay, like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, you just never really know. You don't never really know how people feel about certain stuff or how they perceive, you know what I mean, you as a person, or you coming from the United States and all that. Even though I'm still in America. Colombia is America. Oh yeah. That's why I'm aware. That's why I'm kind of like just ready to come back for a little while. Well, I'm leave out of here. I like, you know, where, because you know, I don't know. You know, things could go left here. You know what I'm saying? You know, they talking about, you know, if you watch the news, you know what's going on. You know that Colombia is actually, you know, in that mix. But it's cool. You know what I mean? It's all good. You just gotta stay sharp and be aware. You know what I mean? And stay prayed up. And that's why I like, you know, if nothing else, just check in. I just want to say, like, you know, I'm gonna remain. I advise myself and anybody who want to listen to remain positive, to remain God conscious. That's if you are God conscious, and respect yourself and respect people. And if you do that, a lot of, you know, most cases you're gonna be all right. You know what I mean? So yeah, but you know, with the T-Rump thing, you know, Trump and all that kind of stuff, you never know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? All of that. I ain't really even dialed into that anyway. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I really only dial into like the things that I want to go on in my reality. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, but I ain't crazy. I ain't stupid neither. So, you know. But I definitely, you know, I feel it's time for me to come back for a little while. And I'm killing two birds with one stone. You said Dontavius is a wild dude. Dontavius. Yeah, but and you know, it's another brother. It's another brother that I follow on YouTube. He in Vietnam now too. His name Philly Dom. I've been following Philly Dom for a while. He's from Philly. I don't know him from Philly, but I know him from. I found his page. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, yeah. That's what you talking about, right? Okay, yeah, boy, yeah. But see, you know what though? Listen. I'm ready. You know, I got a little lick with him that I'm ready to like get into, right? But. Yeah. I be watching. I be seeing all this stuff on YouTube. Right. No, he wild boy, but yeah, but you know, other than that, yeah, everything. I'm just staying positive. You know, I really you know, I'm just staying positive. That's all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just waiting for my time. You know what I mean? And my time is now, for real. I'm in my time, you know what I'm saying? It's just that, you know, I ain't gonna lie, as a man, you know what I'm saying, I always was, you know, all throughout my life, I always was either married or in a relationship. And I know that, like, really, Allah is really testing me right now, me having to be by myself for the amount of time. I've been by myself for about 3 years now, maybe a little over 3 years. And that's maybe the biggest thing. And my children grown, they doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie. And then I'm not here like on some. I ain't really here on that. Like, you know, like I see stuff. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm talking truthful. Like I see a lot of stuff that I like, but you know, I know God protect me in a lot of different ways. So by me not knowing the language barrier is big. So like meeting women it's not as easy as you think. Now you can easily go get some fast women, like you know, you could really do that. You know what I mean? But I'm not in a hurry. I do want to be in a relationship. I do want to be with somebody, but not anybody, and not somebody that's gonna bring me down. Because you know, I'm just saying that I'm being truthful. So being lonely is the point. The point I'm trying to make is that's the only thing that really like kind of mess with me. Other than that, I'm cool. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm really straight. I mean, I got enough. I got a place to stay. I got enough money to make it. You know, I got enough of of that. So the only thing really mess with me is being by your damn self every damn day. And at the same time, like a lot of spiritual people, or people that hold on to spirituality. Yes, for sure, Miss Jessica, Miss Glamour Girl. That's a fact. And sometimes the things that we want is not the things that we need right now. You know, like I might want to have a girlfriend and a wife and all that, but it might not be good for me right now. So, you know, Allah, God is the best planner, you know. So, you know, I accept that. You know, I accept it, but, you know, things work on you though. You know what I mean? Things work on you, like the language barrier, the food, you being by yourself. Shit, I mean, you know, that alone kind of can make you homesick. You know what I mean? Timing is. That's right. Timing is everything. You know, and you know, you can't think that. Like I said when I was talking about spirituality or even religion, and religion and spirituality is together for real, for real. You know what I mean? But anything that if you're trying to get to a higher level in your religion or spirituality, you're gonna get tested with a lot of different things. You're gonna get tested with a lot of with worldly things too, like and you're gonna have to bite down and be serious. You're gonna have to be serious about who and what you say you are. You just are. You know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of us say, yeah, well, I'm gonna be this and be that when I gotta be by myself, or when I'm under attack, or when I'm hungry, or it's, you know, all these different ways we get tested. And guess what? And once you say that you latch on to God, or what you perceive God to be, you latch on to Allah, or so you say you spiritual, guess what? The world gonna get, you know, the universe, God, Allah is gonna give you a test for you saying that. So you just gotta be ready for that, and you just gotta know that that's how it go. And you know, and I'm just speaking in a general sense, you know, about myself and my situation, but this applies to a lot of us, because I know we have spoken about spiritual. All of us on here has spoken about either religion or spirituality in one way or another. So I know we all are some spiritual beings on here. Ain't nobody on here just, you know what I mean? We all spiritual beings, so we all resonate with kind of like a little bit of what I was just, you know, talking about. So, but you know, we all have to remain strong, and we all have similar problems too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm special in like what I'm going through in life, or is different from what you're going through. You know, we all have like the same kind of life problems. It's different ones hit. Firstborn grandson, I see you. What's good, cuzzo? We get you up on the pen. Good to see you, man. I ain't seen you on here in a while, man. Yeah, thanks for that heart, me, cuz. I appreciate that. But you know, but you never really know what you made of unless you get tested anyway. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. You know, have just you know, when it boils down to your own self, you know, just be positive about your own self. You know what I mean? Always, you know, make sure you trusting in Allah, you trusting in yourself, you trust in God. You know what I'm saying? And you believe in yourself. Don't ever stop believing in yourself. And because I know, you know what I mean? Hey, this is what we need, actually. We actually need to be speaking about things of this nature, because a lot of us is feeling and being affected by things that are not being talked about. You know, meaning like, okay, people think okay, whatever. I know it's always a spiritual war. It's always a spiritual battle going on. Even you against your own self. It's always going on. So, but the rest of the world might be just talking about, oh, well, you need to make more money, or you need to, or if you get with that guy or you get with that girl over there, you know what I'm saying, you'll be happy and you won't be stressed out, or whatever the case. No, they don't be that. People got to know what's going on in this world, and really we're all fighting for our lives right now. Our spiritual life, you know, and we're as we preserve our energy, we're preserving our spiritual body. You know what I mean? So all of that stuff is real. You know what I'm saying? That's one a good friend of mine that passed away, Sabor Rahimullah, and yeah, and I just think, I know that that's why you better be cultivating your mind, body, and spirit on a daily basis. He's from New York, but he spent a lot of time in Philly. Yeah, he spent a lot of time in Philly, so you might have seen him around. He had a couple boxing gyms too. He had like 2 different gyms that he had. But you know, he's a good brother. He definitely was. He definitely is. You know what I mean? But you know. But we gotta that's what we gotta do. Oh, we got it up to 7.4. Wow, it went up quick. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, make sure y'all make friends. Make friends with Rasheen Irby too, y'all. I appreciate all the likes too, y'all. We at the 7 points. Hey, yeah, let's get it up to 10K. We might as well. We almost there. We gonna be at the 10K in like 4 minutes. You know what I mean? But yeah, but that's why I'm just you know, kind of like, don't think that other people is not experiencing the same things that you're experiencing. That's why that's another way that I keep myself grounded. Because I've been living long enough to know that everybody got the same problems, man. Ain't nobody out here. I mean, you got a couple people out here that's like, they in a good spot, in a real good spot. I'm actually in a good spot if you really want to be truthful. But even the people that's in good spots experience difficulties or experience some type of hardships. But you know, you got to stay dialed in. You got to stay grounded, grounded and positive. And that's what it is. And it's an everyday thing. You know, you make it through the day. Wake up tomorrow. More than likely you're going to get tested again. So just be ready for it. And the best way to stay ready for it is through focus. You know what I'm saying? It's through focus. That's why I'm thankful that I have like the kind of background that I have, like with so many different things, whether it's even my experience in religion. I ain't gonna lie, the most that I really learned about life was from Islam and from boxing. And of course some other things, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I take a lot. I just take a lot from. I've taken a lot from what I've learned from Islam and what I've learned from boxing. Even though now my conscious level is higher because I know and understand a lot of things now. You know what I mean? But they all come together to help me one day, from one day to the next, or from the next chapter, you know, every chapter. So that's just like if you was raised in the Christian church or the Muslim masjid or whatever, or the Jewish temple, whatever the case may be. Okay, once you become high conscious, I'm gonna just tell you, hold on to your stuff. You know what I mean? To your the old stuff is a perfect mix with the new stuff. It just, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times people, I don't even want to get into that, but a lot of times people, they let go of the old, the so-called old good stuff, and that's just like a doorway for them to open up to do some type of, I must call it, do something wrong, and they'll justify it by saying, oh, well, the old time religion used to be saying this and saying that. Then they'll justify it by saying, oh, well, the old time religion used to be saying this and saying that. And just because you want to go and do something wrong that you know is wrong, you'll try to, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, we know what's good, we know what's bad, right? And if you really, you know what I'm saying, or if you're a true flesh and blood person, you know what I mean, you know God exists. You know what I mean? If you want to keep arguing about the differences in religions and belief systems and all that stuff, because it's a natural. I'm glad religions and belief systems and all that stuff, because it's a natural. I'm glad, Miss Glamour Girl. I'm glad you do, because as human beings, we all have a natural disposition to try to understand and perceive God. You know what I mean? It's natural. That's natural. So even if, you know, I might perceive it and talk it out in a certain kind of way, or figure it out in a certain, you know, figure out that God is real in a certain kind of way. It's the same way somebody on the other side of the world is doing the same thing, because it's a natural, we have a natural disposition to want to figure these things out. Now, I know that the true God don't want everybody down here fighting and fussing. You know what I mean? Thanks, Sheen. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I want you down here disputing with people about the existence of omnipotent. You know, okay, because if God, Allah, is omnipotent and exists in every place, right? In everywhere, and as many different names and things of that nature, it's not going to look and sound the same coming in every place. It's just not. So we all trying to achieve the same thing. We trying to get close to it, right? You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Conflict. It takes years and years and years for a lot of us to overcome the brainwashing of a lot of stuff. You know, if we are supposed to love one another. We supposed to support one another. We supposed to feed each other when we're hungry. We supposed to house each other if we ain't got nowhere to go. That's the way it's really. It's not supposed to be no homelessness, and ain't nobody. People are not supposed to be. Thanks for the heart, machine. And we're not supposed to be homeless and hungry and all that stuff. The world has mad surpluses, but guess what? We paying for stuff that's supposed to be free. Shelter, home and shelter, food and water. These is all the free things that's provided by God. But we didn't turn it into we got to pay for these things. So I'm just saying. But guess what? Down the line, I guess we'll all figure that out, right? That's if we want to. But first, we got to find out that it ain't no. We got to figure out that it ain't no conflict, and that is basic. But imagine this, you know, the negative programming that most of us has suffered from. Hey, Miss Gabby, you know, we've been programmed to either think like, okay, well, this group is better than that group, or we better, or you know, all that better and all that kind of stuff. That's programmed into a lot of our minds. So we gotta deprogram and then learn at the same time. And then learn new stuff at the same time, you know, because really love is basic. It is basic. Everybody love their mom and their dad. That's if you know them. You know what I mean? Even if your dad and your mom and dad ain't all that good, you know, you love everybody. It's natural. Everybody love their mom and dad. Everybody love their family members. That's just natural. So every group of people, thanks Shane, every group of people is the same way. You see what I'm saying? And when you forget that what they practices in their culture, because everybody's culture not the same. It's not. You know what I mean? Look, they was laughing at me in the store one day here because I asked them did they like pickles, and they like no, not like pickles. I don't know. So I guess pickles, but then that's the difference. Thanks, Sheen. I appreciate that. Make sure y'all make friends with Rasheen Irby, y'all. But that's the thing, and I really noticed the difference in the culture, the difference in the taste buds. It's like I said, like here, I really don't like the food too much. But that's okay, because, you know what I mean? Every group of people has a different food, you know, they food and they taste buds and their palate is different. The same way how people connect with God, how people, even marriage, cultures in marriage, cultures in how all kind of different things. We have cultural differences, and but that's how God made us different. Even in the religion, we was advised that you know, Allah created us in tribes so that we may get along. Meaning, like, that was the plan, to create us different so that we can get along. You know what I mean? So, like, I think the diversity in the world, thanks Shane, I appreciate you, man. The diversity in the culture, and even the way we look and all of that stuff, it forces us to have to figure out that we all the same. for real. We all the same. As much differences as we have, we all want the same things, for real, for real. You know what I mean? We want peace, we want contentment. Some of us want to be left alone, and that's okay. You know what I mean? All of that kind of stuff. So, you know, I'm just trying to, I ain't trying to. I'm going to stay on the positive vibe until they turn the lights out on me, right? But, and like a lot of stuff is funny too. Like, even with dealing with high consciousness, you go through a lot of different rooms, or you pass by a lot of different doors, but for those, it's just like in religion. For those, if you sincerely doing things for the right reason, God will lead you the right way, or Allah will lead, because Allah is God, will lead you the right way. You know what I mean? And a lot of people can't figure it. They don't figure it out because they're not sincere. They only really that's like somebody going to church because it's pretty girls in church. And it is pretty girls in church. That's the truth. But I know, you understand what I'm saying? So like, if the only reason that you went to church because you wanted to see some pretty girls, and you wanted to, then you're not going to get the same effect of going to the church, the same benefit as somebody going in there to hear the word of God, and to hear this is two different, you know what I mean? So, but if you sincerely doing things for the pleasure of Allah, thanks, Sheen. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. If you sincerely going in there for the pleasure of Allah, for the pleasure of God, you know what I mean, or for the sake of God, the benefit that you're gonna get is gonna be great. It's gonna be greater. So it's the same thing, man. We're coming into like learning these new so-called new things. Like, you have to be sincere, and you gotta understand that it's all consciousness. It's all consciousness at the end. You know what I mean? And that's what it boils down to. You know what I mean? So a lot of stuff. It definitely ain't black and white, because if you still on that, you ain't that bright. But yeah, God knows the hearts. That's right. So it's a lot of stuff people got to get over on their journey. You know what I mean? Or they have to reconcile a lot of things, and one day at a time with it. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, a lot of stuff that we learning now is very surprising. That's why you gotta be patient with people, because a lot of times you start hearing some, let's say you hearing some truth, you're hearing some truths that are shocking to you. But that don't mean that it ain't the truth. But it's just like, but you still have to give a person time to be able to digest the information. And you know what I mean? Cause shit, like some of the stuff that I done learned over the years, I done learned things that were so messed up to me. I would have to put it down. Like, I pick it up and it's hot, and I'm like, damn, but I know it. And then it's so hot, I gotta sit it down, and I don't even want to look at it. And this is me. I'm talking about myself, and I know I'm like a strong person, but I wouldn't even want to mess with it. And I might go some months before I even look back over there and start pondering on it and things of that nature. So yeah, right. Yeah, no, because really, it's all about, let's say, the knowledge that you learn for yourself is for yourself. It really boils down to you in that relationship that you have with God, you in that relationship that you have with Allah, you in your personal relationship that you have with your higher self, because everything is a manifestation of the higher self. Okay, some people say it's God, it's Allah. We already know from the religion that we were created in the image of God, right? Okay, so you still, it boils down to, that's the only thing that really means something is The relationship between you and your higher self. And then if you really get high conscious, you know what you do? You realize that everybody else that's walking around on the earth is you too. You see what I'm saying? So, but these are things that people got to work their way up to. You know, but like that's, I'm you and you me. You know what I'm saying? And we all go back to the source energy, or God, Allah, the universe, the force. It's all, you know what I mean? These are just different names that I know of. You know what I'm saying? But all of, so this is like the more you learn, the more, you know what I mean, you understand, you overstand, and you gotta graduate past certain things. You just do. You know what I mean? In order to go to the next level. But sincerity, the same sincerity from religion is the same sincerity that's good for today. Because without sincerity, your mind is not even going to go in the right direction. This is not. You know, because, you know, okay, because guess what? You can be sincere to negative things. But I'm just saying, I'm going to stick to what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Sincerity to God. It works. It'll work for you. You know what I mean? And it'll work for you in all things. You know what I mean? Straight up. You know, so because and no, Miss Glamour Girl Jessica, the reason why I said it like that is because the more you know, the more you understand. Like, okay, multiple realities, in the creation of multiple realities. That's why they say, you know, your thoughts and your words are very, very important. It's very important that you say the right things for yourself, right? Okay, I'm talking about God. I want to stay. This is the world I'm trying to stay in, right? Okay, I don't want to talk about another. I'm creating a reality where everybody is conscious of God, conscious of Allah, conscious of the Most High. And we also conscious of ourselves. You know what I mean? Because we're not separate in reality. We're not really separate. We're all actually one. But that's high conscious. But you got to work yourself up to that. You know what I mean? You may have to first start with something small. You know what I mean? And but respect and love is a good start. Because if you love and respect yourself, you'll love and respect others. And if you love and respect others, then that means you'll love and respect their practices. You'll love and respect them enough to. Yeah, I see it, Sheen. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I do. You'll be able to. Hey, Miss Jessica, I'm gonna put you up next. Jessica, make sure y'all make friends. Everybody, I think we all friends though. We some old friends in here too. But, and you know, yeah, just be careful, cause that's another reason why it ain't no real need to get bent out of shape about certain stuff when you see stuff on the news. Because if it ain't going on, if it's not going on in your reality, don't worry about it. That's why you gotta keep your mind focused in on what you want to happen. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all make friends with Rasheen, y'all. Rasheen Irby on the pen. Yeah, no, I know. I think most of us was already friends. I mean, let me get Miss Jessica up here, because she just came in. Yeah, be careful, because this is why, another reason why the powers that's not always try to keep people separate. You know, keep people separate, because you can control the people by keeping the people separate and keeping the people on all their different things. All of these, man, I'm trying to tell you, all of these different mindsets, whether it be all these different mindsets, all these mindsets behind everything, whether it's governmental, spiritual, racial, everything dogmatic, all that stuff, all of these different things have a spirit behind it. Has a spirit behind it. So what I'm just saying is, but it's enough room for everybody to coexist. It just is. So that's why creating your own reality with your own people and all of that is a big thing. Yeah. Yeah, why is it doing that? I don't know, maybe they tripping. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think I was on that long. I was on for an hour that fast? Wow. I've been on for, wow, time done flew. See, well, not really, no. I've been on for an hour. Thanks, Miss Jessica. Yeah, but yeah, focusing on, I'm talking to myself. Always focusing on creating the reality that you want for yourself. If anybody's talking some mess that you don't really want to be a part of, don't be a part of. Just don't be a part of it. Because your mind is going to take your body where it thinks of. And it's crazy because that's why a lot of people ain't gonna figure it out. A lot of stuff. Man, and you gotta understand that. Like, a lot of people is not gonna figure out a lot of stuff. A lot of people, and then you have like levels of people that are built to follow a good thing. So I'm just saying, like, but it's all based on your mind and your mindset. So that's what I'm just saying. Like, it's just because this is what's going on right now does not mean that that's what's going to continue to go on. We can change the world because your world is the world with you. It's not with all this other bull stuff going on. You know what I mean? And that's really how it works, and that's how it goes. I'm telling you. And it takes time to figure it out. You know what I mean? Sheen, I appreciate you, man. God bless you, man. I appreciate it. And through all the negativity that we experience in life and we see, that's why another reason I learned a long time ago, like, I ain't gonna lie, this is maybe more than 20 years ago. I can think back because the people was under attack. Well, I'm just saying, I'm gonna go back 20 years, and this is when you still had conflicts going on in certain parts of the world. And it seemed like every time I would turn the news on, this is when I still used to watch TV. This back in, let's say, 03, 01, 02, 03, 04. I'm grown back then, right? I'm, kids and everything. And I used to say, like, damn, every time I turn on TV, I always see some negativity. And this is back then. And you know what I started doing? I said, man, I got tired of watching it. I stopped watching TV. I mean, not TV. I stopped watching the news. Because it seemed like the news would always put me in a bad mood, in a bad state of mind and all that, right? So I learned that back then. I knew that back then about paying attention to that news stuff and all that stuff. So it's now, on, like, let's say I'm high conscious. I'm just saying that just to be, meaning I'm like on some way higher understanding of like what's really going on in reality. I'm definitely not gonna keep watching. I ain't gonna watch it, every day. Watching some negativity. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. You know what I mean? Even on TikTok, because really most of us, we get our news from social media now, more so than the television. We actually get the news from YouTube, watching shorts, different stuff. We get our news from that. So like, just I'm just saying, dial into what you want to happen. Dial into like what you really want. Dial into the things that you want to be transpiring in your world. Everything is mind. It just is. Everything is mind. You know what I mean? And you ain't never trapped. You know what I mean? No matter what happens, you ain't never trapped. You always, it's always a way out as long as you got your own mind. Believe that. Thanks, Sheen. Appreciate it, man. Did everybody link up with each other? Did everybody link up with each other? I appreciate that, Sheen. God bless you, man. Thanks for the 2026s. I appreciate it, yo. God bless you, man. Thanks for the 2026s. I appreciate it, yo. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go off too, y'all. I'm gonna go off probably in a couple minutes because I'm gonna fix me something to eat. I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad I came on because I feel better. I just feel better. You know what I mean? I really do. I need something to eat though. But yeah, I'm just feeling. Yeah, being by yourself is difficult. You know what I mean? And but we all, not saying we all experiencing that now, but I'm just saying, you know, if you're lucky, you do get a chance to be by yourself. I'm gonna put it like that because there is it's a lot of pros. You know, so there's pros and cons to it. There's definitely a benefit in because when you get time by yourself, you get time to know that your thoughts are your thoughts, and you also get a chance to. That's if you're strong enough to lead yourself. Being by yourself is a good thing. That's if you utilize it in the right way. You know what I mean? But we was made to be with each other. We was made, you know, meaning like just as a community, and not just talking about being married and all that. I'm saying we was created to be a community. People, we were not made to be by ourselves. But being by yourselves it can be a good thing. You know what I mean? And look, man, I appreciate y'all. I think I'm gonna go off because I need something to eat bad, y'all, and I need something to drink. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all, and I see y'all tomorrow. Damn, they got me in the C. I'm almost back in the D League. That's crazy. I'm a C5. It's all good. All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I appreciate y'all coming in and talking to me because I really needed that. I really did. I really did need that. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I don't know what time, but I'll be on tomorrow. Y'all see me in the TikTok world. God bless y'all. All right, peace.